It is 7 PM on Thursday, June 28th, 2022. And we are going to open the administrative board meeting. Do roll call, please.
Yep, trustees Chris Samples.
Here.
John Talbot.
Here.
William Luxinger.
Here.
Nathan Maz. Jeff Christensen.
Here.
Bill Motisi.
Here.
President Rick Worm.
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabany.
Here.
I Clerk Sandy Maslin here. Public Works Supervisor Brett Berge.
Here.
And Attorney Mark Heinley.
Present.
All right. So first thing on the agenda is the consent agenda. Items on it are number 1, May 24th, 2022 administrative board minutes. Number 2, bills payable warrant list dated June 28th, 2022 in the amount of total $28,303.61. Approval of outside meeting pay for elected officials total $100. Resolution number 22-19, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of quote from Guest Voda and Associates Incorporated for refrigerated sampler for wastewater treatment plant. At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of the items for further discussion? I'll entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1 through 4 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as the consent agenda.
Jen makes a motion to place items 1 through 4 inclusively as the consent agenda.
John.
Nathan seconds.
It was John, Your Honor.
It was John.
Oh, I thought Nathan did.
I actually wrote John.
John Nathaniel seconded.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William.
Yes.
Second motion.
I move to adopt items 1 through 4 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
That was definitely Nathan.
Yes.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 through 4 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
That motion passes 702. We do not need item C, which is removal. The reports the officer. Discussion with Spillman Valley Junior Tackle on proposed license agreement.
Is there still a green light on the microphone there? All right, let me swap you real quick.
Batteries broke.
Yep. There we go. This one's got a green light.
Need my name or anything?
No.
Okay, sounds good. So my couple questions regarding this coming season and kind of moving past this season. The agreement that was sent to us, all look pretty good. One question I had on that, is that kind of like we signed this once and it's kind of done, or is it something that's year
Yeah,
after year after year type
no,
of thing?
it's a license agreement, so I think the terms of it, I'd have to double check, but they're usually pretty lengthy.
This was listed as being indefinite, so it runs forever until you guys stop being a thing, or you don't need those, I don't know, what storage boxes, or I'm sorry, I don't exactly know.
The
The sheds, the sheds come down, or you guys violate village codes, whatever, but it's assumed nothing goes off the rails, it just continues on forever.
Okay, so a second question regarding this is actually on item number 7 of that. I'm not sure if you guys have that or not, but
Everyone in the board packet.
okay, the question is this, it's really based on the idea of, it says that all things have to be removed except for the speakers. Totally understand that and why that is. My only request is this. We have 2 big refrigerators in there that are very large, very heavy, and very awkward. And those have been in there for years. And I guess my request is if we could just leave those appliances there and remove everything else, just because one, if they would come out, fall over and get broken, they're super, super expensive to replace. Secondly, I'm really concerned of somebody getting hurt, taking them in and out of there. It's just really not a good way to do it, other than dragging them across the yard and stuff like that. So our request is if we could leave the appliances in there and then amend this to say something along the lines where it talks about, so
This just says a determination.
So essentially, we made it so that everything had to be removed except for those things that are attached, which is the sign and the speakers. And the reasoning for that, when I worked with this on drafting it with the park supervisor too, is that there's the potential of other entities
Mhm.
using the press box. And if your things are in there, we have to allow them to use whatever is in there.
Sure.
And so if somebody else damages that, are you going to then be upset? So the only thing we wanted left in the press box are those things in which we own.
Sure. And I guess where we would stand on that would be, there's a lot higher chance of something getting ruined, being drug in and out twice a year than if somebody would plug it in and put water in it, I guess. And so we would request that amendment be made or that approval be made.
If the board's okay with it, I guess my next question is to Mark to see if that's even feasible.
He's reading it.
I know. So Mark unfortunately did correct.
So paragraph, so if I'm hearing that the primary concern is you don't want damage to an item, a personal property they leave behind, be damaged and then them come looking to the village.
Yes.
Presumably. So it looks to me, and I mean, I'm looking at this quickly, but paragraph 12 on page 5, the risk of loss does provide that anything owned by this entity that is left in there is at their own risk and that the village is not liable for any damage. So I think that probably takes care of that concern from my perspective. So I
also-
think you're probably okay.
Rick also just pointed out the last sentence, paragraph 7.2 says the village shall have no liability to Stillman Valley Junior Tackle for damage or loss to property left in or attached to the press box at any time. So if the board is okay with them leaving the 2 large refrigerators and you're okay with them being used by other entities, because that's the thing is
Does anybody else use it? Just out of curiosity?
we've
You
had
may have
people
someone-
ask. Yeah, and we've had people ask.
So is there anything besides the refrigerators? Because you said appliances.
There's a freezer and a refrigerator in there.
That's
So,
it?
Yeah, and they're up against what would be the west wall there.
Would you be leaving product in them?
No.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with it.
I wouldn't keep dragging them in and out. You don't want other people using them, which is highly unlikely, but you know.
Refrigerators break being moved.
What's that?
Refrigerators don't last very long being moved.
No, that's part of our concern.
So can we amend that, or do you mind bringing that language back to amend to add that they can leave a large fridge and large freezer in the press box, but and maybe add something that it could be used by other leases of the press box or rental lease.
I mean, I guess just a clarification. Do we have to volunteer to allow it to be used? I mean, or is it?
I won't speak for them, but that was the intention that Nate Hill had done when originally drafting this, is that we want to be able to rent the press box to anybody who wants to use it.
Sure.
And if you're leaving that in there, it's also preventing them from bringing in their own stuff. It's taking up space.
Sure.
Is the board okay with that?
I'm good with it as long as they're good with it.
So you are.
You
being
are-
notified now?
You are right now in your case.
No.
You have to talk into the microphone. I know, I'm sorry. You have to use this microphone up here, otherwise my recorder doesn't pick you up.
Valerie Stone, I'm the treasurer for this year's junior tackle program. So I guess part of the concern would be, just so we're in the loop. So if somebody is utilizing the whole press box, would we be also told that someone's
No,
using that
no, We
equipment?
wouldn't do that.
No.
I mean, you know, your choices are to leave it and maybe somebody utilizes it, which is probably unlikely, but possible. Or to take them out. And if you're concerned with it, then take them out. So that's your options.
I guess my only last agenda item wasn't necessarily with this, but still related to the junior tackle. I was notified by Nathan that the golf cart that's in the other shed that we use during the season can no longer be used. And the reasoning was that there was some kids on it he thought were being unsafe. I guess my request would be that, well, first of all, I'll tell you why we have it there. Again, it's been there for probably 20 years. And the reason we use is we haul water back and forth, we haul supplies back and forth. Sometimes on Saturdays you have an elderly grandparent or something like that that comes and you can give them a ride to their spot back and forth and that type of thing. And I understand why we would not want minors doing that. Is it possible to keep it if we would have something agreed upon where there's no minors driving it, only members of, either a coach or a member of
So
the
20
board?
years ago, the village didn't own its own golf cart. We purchased our own golf cart.
Mhm.
And I think Nate Hill has mentioned that that's also available for you guys with advance notice so that we can staff it appropriately. But the village does have a 8-person golf cart. It's a massive golf cart that we
Sure.
use when you guys have your large events here.
Mhm.
And so that is available as well. And we have staff on site most of those days.
Okay.
And you can request that to help haul you, which is probably better because they have the gators that they can haul the things in. But Nate is concerned, and it is a violation of our ordinances to have the golf cart, 1 within the park and 2 within the village.
So will that cost us additionally to have that happen?
I have to look at the special use park permit application. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
I won't go into that much of the aspect of it, but I do know that we've had this conversation with Junior Tech before, and we've had the promises that it will only be adults.
Okay.
And year after year, I've witnessed kids, young kids.
Yeah.
That are similar to my kids' age who were in the program driving it.
Yeah, and part of the problem is the board switches over every 3 or 4 years, and that's why, if there was some type of a written thing or whatever, but we get it.
I do not see
I don't believe
anything.
there's a cost.
I don't think there is either. So I think it just it goes hand in hand with anybody being on site. Because I don't see it in our special use. There's painting, field rental, the porta potty and the hand washing station. And then the pavilion. I don't see anything for rental of those items as well.
So as long as Nate has advance
So,
notice.
so as long as we have advance notice so that he knows to have employees on staff for that purpose, I don't know why that wouldn't be something that, we accommodate it when you guys have the, what do you support, the playoffs? When you guys held the larger events, what do they call them? Anyway, when you guys have your large events here, we
Mhm.
have used it in the past. We're happy to use it again.
Okay. Very good. We will have that out there then sometime before the season gets here then. Awesome. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yep, I'll email you later
Okay,
once I
appreciate it.
receive it from the attorneys.
Okay, thank you. And we'll get that signed and get it back to you then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to Sandy.
I do not have anything for this evening.
Brenda? You got anything?
I do have all kinds of stuff. Well, the treasurer's report for the end of May is in the packet if you have any questions. The next thing on there is the approval of the resolution for adopting the whistleblower and anti-retaliation policy, which is
I
something.
make a motion to approve resolution number 22-20, a resolution adopting a whistleblower and anti-retaliation policy.
Ooh,
Pick
okay.
one.
William makes a motion to approve resolution number 22-20. Nathan seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Okay. Second thing I have is,
Yes, anybody has any questions on it?
why is it?
Oh, you can. That way,
I don't
yeah,
think-
we can make a
just
motion and
move
go.
on. Does anybody have a question?
I make a motion to approve resolution number 22-21, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of a master CPA professional service agreement and statement of work between the Village of Davis Junction and Sickich for independent audit service.
Second.
William makes a motion to approve resolution number 22-21.
Sorry to steal your thunder, Brenda.
That's fine.
John seconds. Is there any discussion?
Thank you, William.
When you're
Who does it now?
Sickich.
Sickage,
So we're gonna extend for how long?
I think
No,
it's our last
it's-
year.
No, this is, you have to agree the
Well, we
work.
were gonna do it for 5 years, but we couldn't, remember? Right? Wasn't that it? 'Cause
We did with 3 with the option of 5, but
Alright.
we're on our
All
4.
right.
Every year we have to adopt the statement of work.
Yeah,
And
and
we-
we probably should switch them up after 5.
We're going to.
So that's not quite,
Because we didn't have one prior to them doing it.
it changed this year. So you'll notice in your packets, I included a statement from Mark with a very nice detailed email because
Mhm.
this is the first year that they have requested that we adopt a master agreement.
Right.
And then every year that scope of work would change. But there was a small portion of liability in there that Mark had
Yeah, I saw
mentioned.
Yeah, but I thought I noted in my email, I think the risk is relatively low, but I do like to flag that. I mean, in a perfect world, we don't like to see artificial caps on liability. We want them to pay for any problems that they would cause. That said, those types of changes make agreements more expensive and, you know, in this type of arrangement, I think the risk is pretty low here. So, but I did wanna, you know, it's the only thing I noted of any, give me any slight pause.
All right.
Something,
Sounds good.
111,000.
Is that it, Brendan?
That's all I have.
All right, Mark, oh.
Did you guys, yeah, you guys approved it, right?
yeah, we have a
No,
No, you didn't.
no,
You didn't finish.
there's been
Oh.
no vote.
Nope.
roll call.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Motion passes 7:16. We got deep in the woods on discussion. Now you don't have anything else.
No.
All right, Mark,
I don't have anything.
all right, we'll move to reports to committees and we're gonna go out of order and go to Nathan, utilities.
Because he's important.
All right. We're going, I guess this is where we let him speak, correct?
We're what?
We're gonna let him speak.
Well, if he wants to, so his information is
You-
also in the
I'm
board
assuming
packet.
you wanna.
the information that
Yeah.
was sent over already?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you don't need these.
Nope.
Yeah, no,
Well, some people
If you
may
want-
want.
if you do want to speak, can you just speak into the microphone?
If it's still green.
It's,
How about a hard cut?
it's still green.
It's still green. You can get a hard cut.
My recorder only records.
Yeah,
the
ask him,
microphone.
ask him for a haircut. Can we get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill, do you need one?
And here.
Just give one to Bill too.
That was so sweet.
The bromance is real.
No, I seen it.
Yeah.
All I got is a letter.
That's all it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, so other than what you guys received, I don't know if you have any questions on what we have to offer. That's really all I have to say from just what you're reading there.
Yeah, it looked pretty comparable to what our services are being offered currently, except for it looked, instead of 2 bulk pickups a year, it looks like they're offering a bulk item every week.
Yeah, and I was wondering, how does that work?
So our guys,
You
so
have to
it'll,
call?
no, so you just put your one, it'll be a couch, a chair,
Sure.
nightstand, dresser. No, I mean, no refrigerators, no washer drying machines, none of that stuff,
You
just
got
because.
scrappers, they take care of it.
Yeah, that's typically how that goes anyway. You call, pay for us, we get there and it's gone and we feel
No
bad,
occasions
but,
for that.
so yeah, so you get the scrappers for that. But yeah, so you just put it out at the curb and as long as it's not something like, now anymore, it's got those electric couches and stuff that weigh like 900 pounds. We ask that maybe you cut that down and make it 3 pieces, but it's a sectional. And you put it out and make it 2 pieces. We'll take that
I
as
just
one.
wasn't sure if you needed somebody to call. which
No.
I actually like the idea of
Yeah.
somebody coming in once a week because that way I don't have to keep sitting around for 6
Exactly.
months
Yeah.
before I get rid of it.
And it makes it way easier too for those those cleanups are awful on the driver's bodies, except that those were my worst days I ever had to do when I was throwing trash. So, yeah, no, we try to keep it so everything stays clean, unlimited yard waste. The only thing he asks is you mark it with an X, so that way my driver knows when he's coming through that it's actually yard waste and he doesn't miss it because mixing with cans. and
You
stuff,
talk about
but-
cans.
Yeah.
I assume the bags they'll know.
Yeah, bags or cans. Said everyone gets the 95-gallon trash cans and the 65-gallon recycle. You can get boxes tied up on the outside as well if it won't all fit in your recycle can, because
Saw that.
we ask people to break the boxes down, but I don't even break my boxes down because it's just going in the recycling can as it is. So,
The cut couches counts still as one.
yeah, so if it's a big couch, cut it in
Just-
half, or if it's
Just wanna know.
or if it's something that's a sectional, you know, if it's
Right, right.
bent couch,
Just get out your.
put them both out.
As long
Yeah.
as it started as one piece.
Start as one piece, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then like same thing, a mattress and a box spring, that's counted as one.
We're still, you guys are the same policy with a bag around the, are you similar to that? I didn't read that.
So we have that in Rochelle, and we like to keep it other places, but most of the time, if our drivers pull up and it's a clean mattress, we're not too concerned about it. Some of the stuff we get out of Rochelle, especially when we were in the alleyways, somebody may have died on them. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
don't take that. That looks like you might catch something. So
Yeah.
Right.
that was more of the reason of the bag, and it's just,
So it makes
safer.
sense.
We had a couple reports of bed bugs and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we kind of went to the bed policy,
I
the
also
bag
heard that
policy.
if without the bag, when it rains on it, it just weighs.
It's,
down.
those foam mattresses, when they get rained on, are impossible to move. So
Where's your landfill you guys dispose of?
we will dispose either at the Rochelle landfill or the Winnebago landfill. We own both of them. So we have,
Own both of them?
yeah, Rochelle, it's a split between Rochelle and I. We have we own it together, and then Winnebago, our company owns the Winnebago one. And it's right across the street from the waste management one, actually, so.
I have a question about the bulk pickup. What
Mhm.
if people put more than one item out? What happens?
So if you put more, say you've got 3 bulk items, say you've got a whole like a bedroom set or something,
Yeah.
you'll do that, that's when you'll call, say, hey, you know, I'm gonna have 3 things out this week. And you'll call in and we'll take 3 things. But, you know, most time you get there and you have a nightstand out along with a mattress, we're gonna grab the nightstand because you're just gonna call first to come get it anyway. So we'll
Right.
grab that one small thing. But if you've got, you know, a couch and the bed and this, we have to have the ability to keep everything moving and fit our tonnage and finish our days effectively. So
You charge people for the extra ones, though,
for
right?
the extra ones, yes. yes.
What does that mean?
Usually, I think it's about $25 for an extra bulk pickup. So it's not bad.
So you
Yeah,
just hang on to it for another week.
yeah, or just hang on to it for a week.
Well, that's what I would do, but
Or-
that's just me.
If you have a nice neighbor that doesn't have a bulk item and you ask them, that's the key word, ask them if you can set it out with them, that usually works well
I
too.
would just wait myself. I'd
Yes.
Keep it in the basement where it's probably been sitting for 2 years anyway.
Yeah, yeah, it's one more week. So, yeah, the only thing is really like construction material and stuff like that. That's the one where you have to also call. And if you say I've got, you know, a bunch of rolls of carpet or I have a bunch of cut up wood and stuff like that, as long as there's no nails and all that, we charge a little extra fee for that because it's gonna be
You're
sitting there
assuming it doesn't fit.
chucking and hauling. Yeah, and like I said, everything will be, if you guys decide to go, those will be put well into the contract and well understood.
I'm
So.
happy to go with you if you guarantee an annexation agreement of your landfill.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that one, but
Winnebago might be upset about that.
yeah,
I
that
don't
one's,
think we're reaching Rochelle, but Winnebago might.
that one's way above my pay grade, so
It was worth an ask.
it's worth a shot. I don't blame you one bit for some host fees.
You're getting close, so. Maybe next year.
So, yeah, any other questions or anything from me?
I do have, what style trucks do you have?
What's that? Oh, sorry,
go
I'll get you next. We got, we have Corrado trucks, so the claw comes out, grabs it, dumps it. Then we also have front loads where it's got a tip around the front, but out here we would run the Corrado trucks that grab everything and dump it, so.
Throw it behind- Like behind the cab, throw it?
Oh, those come up over the top and dump it down and put it down. And then we also have rear loads. We have kind of every truck, but called side loaders where the claw comes out from the side, dumps it and the blade constantly moving. So yeah, the Corrado trucks are a godsend to garbage man. I'll tell you that much. Starting from, with me personally, starting a rear load, switching to Corrado truck, it went from me going home wanting to cry every day because my back hurt to gaining 10 pounds. So.
Phil?
Yes. I was just gonna fit in, with the landfill that we have now. Are you trying to take over the trash every week that we have?
So yeah, our goal is is to take over your guys' community to get the contract. So it's we have it set for 7 years is what we would like to do. And there's a 4% increase for everything else that goes by the trash index. But we try to take over all of Davis Junction. We'd run your services and we do it on a Thursday. We'd start that in September. As of September 1st, and we'd have all of our carts, everything delivered by then, and we'd be good to go. So.
This 2% increase after the first year.
4.
4,
Mhm,
it's 4%?
mhm.
Okay. I don't even know how this correlates to what we're paying now. There's the landfill.
They're like 5%.
It was, it
They're at
wasn't,
5?
it was in the packet, but
It-
the waste management will raise it 5%.
Okay.
And the 4% on the lower scale of it right now. I think the trash index is right around 7 or 8% increases right now because of gas prices and everything else. So when we put it at 4%, that stays there. And like I said, they're thinking it's gonna get around like 13%. Some of the things my boss has been saying. I'm not that familiar with it, but he says it's getting out of hand.
You never know.
Oh, yeah, and it could move up and down, but
Is that compounded or just 4% every year is added on from what figure?
it's 4% from every year.
Yes, it would be compounded.
Yes, compounded.
So in effect, we would only be collecting revenue from our landfill, from what they get from all over except us, right?
Right.
Yes.
And you can't do it cheaper? I don't mean what you're doing now,
So,
but I mean,
yeah. So for what was put there, that was what was given to me, and I can't say any more or any less from that. That's what I had to come here today with and offer, because it comes down from what we were able to go through our margins, and that came down from corporate. So,
Good offer.
so that's what we have to go with.
Of course, if you did want to come down, we would accept it.
Oh, yes, yes. Yes,
We're not proud.
No,
it's the way the game plays. You gotta get what you can, so.
I would just, the only thing I'd want to know is what then are we losing? Because our tonnage now from the village goes to the landfill where we get money based on that tonnage. So I would, before I would make a decision, I just want to see what we'd be losing.
Yeah, and there's no decision to be made tonight. This was
No.
simply up for
But with the
discussion.
1% difference, it's probably going to be a wash.
that's not it.
I don't know,
That's
is
not
there
at
a
all.
way to calculate how much the village of Davis Junction itself puts into the landfill?
Well, they send us a bill every month for the pick-
That's all of the trash, that's not,
Oh,
oh, no, we bill by house.
We do not
We bill
get
by
a-
house, you don't bill by
It's
tonnage.
not by area.
We do not get a report to my knowledge on the tonnage collected in the village.
Same here.
Is there an industry standard you go by house?
We guess that each house is gonna produce 35 to 45 pounds of trash per cart. So we are usually for a town this size for that 665?
Yeah, something like that, six
Um,
fifty.
We're picturing right around 12 tons of trash
A week.
a week, yeah. So, and that's a truck and a little bit extra.
$4 a week.
is that what we?
So,
$30.
Is it?
Oh, that's all. Well, then that's fine. That's not even worth worrying about.
Nope. Just
I didn't know what the number was.
out of curiosity,
Weekly?
the recyclables
Mhm.
I didn't work-
clearly aren't going into the landfill, or are they?
no, so we have the separate recycle truck that goes into, and we have a recycle plant, and then it goes through and gets sorted out for what is able to be recycled and what isn't.
Right, you know, I
But there's
know.
no market for recyclables right now. I thought.
There's not a market for it. It doesn't cost us. So compared to last year, what we pay for is to get rid of recycle for us is dramatically less because recycling is actually becoming more profitable again. So before we were paying crazy amounts to get rid of the recycle. Say something from what I knew from my old place I was at is roughly $95 a ton to, I don't even know now, but it's way, way less. So recycle's okay to do. That's why everyone used to fight recycling, like, oh, we don't want to do it, but now it's not as bad because it's not costing us nearly as much to get rid of.
You know, it's really difficult to picture what's gonna happen when we try negotiating with landfill to get more money on their dumping fees.
Mhm.
Because they're not, because they may not have what you're going to do for us.
Yeah. Except the negotiations I go through with the host fees and stuff, I would doubt we'd be able to do anything with Winnebago. I'd be almost positive of that one and definitely not through Rochelle, but so,
Okay.
We appreciate your offer.
okay. Any other questions?
No, thank you for your time.
All right, you guys have a great night.
Thank you. You bet.
Robert.
Yes.
Can you leave it with Ethan over
Yeah,
there?
please.
Like, I have a question.
We do. You have a.
Glenda has-
Go ahead, Glenda.
Only because I couldn't hear him. Do they still have to wrap the mattresses in the plastic?
He did answer that and he said that as long as it's a clean mattress, they will probably still take it. But if it's a dirty mattress or if it looks questionable, they will not take it without being wrapped.
Or what?
Yes. Which way?
Or if
Thank
it's-
you. I just didn't hear him.
yeah, no, or if it's wet, it would need to be in a bag too.
Okay, thank you.
You have one more item?
I do. Generator by Ogle County Fair. Are we okay continuing to allow Ogle County Fair to use our generator? We, in the past, it has always been I believe, a free service that we've offered them in the past. And we're offering, or continuing this service to the Ogle County Fair. Does anyone have any objections, concerns, comments?
Do we have any need for it?
basically, Tom texted me, last week, so they will need it from July 30th through August 8th.
Will we have a call for it at that time?
I have
It's
no
always the
idea.
same
Hopefully there won't be
We do
emergencies.
then.
I'm just saying, you don't have anything planned. for it.
No, we don't have anything that we need a generator for unless it's an emergency.
All right,
It's the same agreement before. We have an emergency, we get our.
Yeah.
all right.
And it was 1 year,
When you, yeah.
We need it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I guess. I'll
and that was
vote
ugly.
somewhere
We
else.
got it back. Just couldn't get fuel for it.
So we're all in agreement, it's okay?
Yes.
Do I need to put that on the agenda or anything?
No,
No.
we just do
We
it.
just do it?
Yeah.
Just do it.
All right.
There.
Why do we-
I keep hearing somebody coming in and out.
He went to get his boss's business card too, so. I believe that is just.
All right, sounds good, Nathan.
You gonna shut that door?
Anything further, Nate? Nathan?
No, I don't have anything else.
Can I circle back to something real quick?
Yes.
On the garbage thing, I just want to circle back. So our current rate that they just raised us to, Waste Management just raised us to is 1834 per household. The proposal that they gave us is 1930, 19 something. So they're asking if we accept this proposal in the next couple months to receive a second raise within months.
Yeah,
So
that's
they didn't
not
come
my only
fully
problem.
forward with the,
Not mine either. And also is reduction of recycling
That's
to every
my
other
problem.
week. It is
every other
reduction
week.
of Items. It's a.
I fill up a garbage can every week, so.
Yeah.
Well, they were proposing increasing the size of the garbage can.
But.
Yeah.
I know it's
20
not enough.
gallons isn't-
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with that.
And I think there was some benefit to the village itself through going with this.
Yes.
plan, too, If you notice.
Oh, yes. So right now we pay separately about $7,000 a year. I think we calculated for the village's garbage cans, whereas this company is willing to toss those in for free.
So there will be cost savings
So
to
we-
the village bill of $7,000 roughly.
At minimum. and-
It'll save the
At a
village
minimum.
7,000.
Actually, to the residents too, because I
Yes.
mean, you're gonna save whatever the difference is between 1936 and 1850.
Yes.
And plus.
Yeah.
Instead of a 4% or a 5% increase every year, it's a 4%.
Right.
So you're gonna end up with some savings.
And across the board.
I like the idea.
For our residents and for us, this is a cost saving.
There,
The yard waste alone for the
Potential.
residents, so for 8 months, they want $176
I saw that.
on top of the garbage. fee.
Yeah.
So.
and this doesn't affect our tipping fees in any ways. There's no contractual agreement. We have to keep them as our providers to get
There-
our tipping fees.
There is
That's
not a
correct.
contractual agreement. I didn't, oh, were you answering? Is what-
Yeah, that's correct. David Silverman, my colleague.
So it
looked
just
into it.
piss them off.
Mhm.
Well, they've
That's what
already-
I'm saying.
They're,
But they're not negotiating.
They're two
well, they're
different
clearly
companies.
don't care, right?
Well, to be honest, they made it very clear that the landfill does not have any connection with the residential service during negotiations. They've made that abundantly clear numerous times, so.
I think it's a good idea to.
They've always said.
Yeah, it sounds like we'd be ahead. So I just want to make sure there was.
I mean, and this only locks us into the agreement, what, for 4 years, correct?
So
I think
They
so.
provide
7 years, I'm sorry, 7 years.
Yeah.
And at which point then we can revisit.
I thought we couldn't lock into a.
Yeah,
an
I
agreement
thought that
past
too.
3
I
years.
was about to-
That is not true for garbage contracts. I recently had to look that up in the IML handbook for somebody else, but you can lock yourself into a garbage contract.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea myself, you know. You're getting a better price, you're getting, if the service is as good, which you don't know until you use
I mean, obviously, when you come to an agreement and we don't have one, they can raise your rates and then hit you with another agreement, obviously, on
Right.
top of that, this. prevents
I'd be
that
willing
from
to
being-
entertain an amendment after maybe 2 days from now.
All right. Well, how about we let that happen? But is everybody okay if maybe Nathan seeks a contract from Northern Illinois Disposal to see what that looks like, and we have
Yes.
Mark review
Yes.
it, and
Yes.
we start at least down
Yes.
the path of seeing what's in the legalese of their agreement?
I would wait till next week.
I'll wait till Friday.
Next week, so the board can talk about it again.
Friday. You'll be in my
So the board can
office.
talk about it.
You'll be in my office.
William must have news.
I won't be around
All right.
Friday.
Thursday.
Nah.
Maybe by June.
So,
No, wait.
would you like this on the agenda for next week for discussion according to William,
Sure.
Nathan?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be discussed again, and obviously, if there's anything else that comes up in the meantime, because
Life.
anything that comes up in the
Yeah.
meantime or gets talked about through other things that we'll have
Well,
We can touch base on it again.
the truth is, the two companies that have the biggest incentive to service this area are the ones that have landfills that are right next to it.
Yep.
And those are the two that we've actually gotten some kind of pricing from, and clearly an agreement with, to knowing what's in the agreement would be beneficial, and I read Waste Management, oh my God, it just,
I was gonna say, did you fall asleep? Because I almost did.
until I started reading the cost, and then I
Right.
woke back up, but yeah, it was just a long.
It's a shame you can't.
It's a nice presentation.
Right, it was.
They-
Shame you
Just very wordy.
Yeah.
I'll copy you in an email with Mike,
Okay,
with their contact.
and then we'll just reach out and figure out what the
Touch someone.
details are,
Yeah.
all the fine print is, and then go from
Yeah.
there. That sounds perfect to me. And then we can revisit it again Tuesday, and if we find something in the meantime.
Okay.
We'll present it to the board at that point.
Okay.
Are the two landfills competitors or do they have the same ownership?
No.
The one over here. at
Competitors.
Winnebago?
Competitors.
They are competitors?
Waste Management owns.
Ours.
Would you call that Orchard Hills?
It's Orchard Hills.
Right. Waste Management owned Orchard Hills, and he said his company owned the one for Winnebago
Winnebago
County
and-
Rochelle.
Okay, so, okay.
So his company is Northern Illinois Disposal, and they are co-owners or subsidiaries or somehow related with Rock River Disposal, which is what Winnebago County is.
Wasn't that also in the past Waste Management?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No. Oh, no.
Our
Might
land.
have sold that one quickly.
In other words, he'll probably be taking our stuff if he's successful here into the Winnebago
He did
thing.
say that, yes.
Yeah,
It would go to
because I
Winnebago.
couldn't understand him taking everything back to Rochelle.
Well, I think it's just.
Depending on what
He
it
just
is.
said they owned them.
They also
Yeah.
own Rochelle, but he said it would go one or the other.
There's cheaper
Mm.
fees in Rochelle.
Yeah.
I'm sure wherever the route is most beneficial to them.
And most
Back
profitable.
up
Yeah.
and back up
Totally.
too.
If the
Not
fees
profitable.
are less in Rochelle, but it costs them more in gas, then they'll go to Winnebago.
Obviously.
If push comes to shove, if I'm not present, I would enforce, if this is the avenue the board wishes to go, I would suggest that we enforce that our collection goes to Rochelle. Stays in the county, stays, at least the county is getting tipping money.
Note for the contract, Mark.
If that's.
Yeah, something.
All right, let's see what it says in there.
Care about that so much. It'd be nice to have that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of backlash selling it to another county. I agree. with
Stillman
William.
uses
But
the-
our
Stillman uses
our
the
primary
Freeport.
focus should be on the residents of Davis. We don't
Report the
And doing
more.
what's best for
best
them.
deal, right, for them, not the best deal
Yeah.
for Old
They
County.
But it'd be a
More out of
win-win.
Freeport.
That's true, and I would be inclined.
But I'm
to be
for it
happy
either way.
with
It
that.
To
doesn't-
ask. You're willing to
Oh,
ask.
I'm not willing to pay a premium for that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the difference.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'm not willing to pay.
Well, Joe, county's getting money from these people if we do business with them anyway, correct?
No,
No,
They-
only if they put it in the county landfill.
The tipping. fee.
Yes.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's so
Saving money. Nate's saving us money. Giving it to the park.
saving you personally.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we could put, yeah.
Very.
So you need Phil, you need Phil in the park?
He's gonna be part of my pond project. Nate's gonna.
All right.
Uh,
We're not circling back. I am finished.
I'm done.
All right. Thank you.
Motion.
No, we're not
Whoa.
done.
We're meeting to go.
I don't
All
usually
right.
have the last, but
We haven't
really
even
that was the
done
first
parks
this
yet.
time, so.
Backtracking. Community development events, Jen.
So if you haven't noticed, we have our fireworks on Sunday night, followed by our movie in the park. Sing 2 was gonna be our movie.
It arrived.
Yes.
Okay.
Woo, well,
You said that
we
like-
finally got confirmation from the
Okay.
people today. Sandy finally between two of us
Movie made it.
getting a hold of them.
We used to just go to Blockbuster.
What are we doing manpower? So that's the other reason it's on there for
Yes.
Fergie to discuss manpower.
What did we do last year?
Are we parking cars?
We didn't last year.
Well, no, that was a discussion for you guys.
I don't think you did.
I don't think so.
We
You
didn't
didn't
park
park
cars.
cars, no.
Me,
No, we did
Fergie,
not.
and Rick
Started.
started.
It was actually very good.
We
I say
also
whatever
did
we
not
did last
turn
year
on.
works fine. Let's do it again. We
Do you-
did. You were up there too.
I know, I was not.
Do we need trustees to assist on keeping utility road closed?
We didn't last year.
John volunteer.
Basically, what I need to know is, yes, if there's gonna be volunteers here, I need to be able to inform my crew as well. I don't know what Nate's gonna have for
Let's put this.
employees, so that way
If you have
I'm gonna have to-
volunteers from the elected officials or officers or anybody else, can you use them?
Did we block it last year? I don't
Yeah,
think-
you
We'll
have
block it.
required every year.
We have to block it.
Every.
You
year.
sat
Or,
out there last
utilities.
year.
I was
No,
here
it was-
before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I don't
John
know
was
who
just
sat
part-
out there last.
Oh.
You set up the year before.
Who
I
was
sat
there
out the
last
one
year?
before that.
I don't think we had anybody last year.
By the fire department?
Okay, is anybody available to assist on July 3rd?
I'm here.
Well, you'll be in the bar.
And if not, that's
In the
fine.
park.
I just, that way I know when I can schedule a couple of my employees or Nate can have a couple of his. So that's all I care. And if we're not parking cars, we're in agreement. We're not parking
No,
cars.
I ain't
Yes.
see the need for that.
Unless you're getting
Yes.
tips for valet.
Yeah, not parking. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So,
Not getting in trouble.
I'll be around.
Said John will be around.
Me, Rick and Fergie manage the pop.
Yep.
Right
that
away.
is true.
Those some cold pop.
Whatever.
Okay, we'll make it work.
All
We'll make it
right,
You forgot Jen, she was there.
Well, that's right, Jen was, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I usually am there.
it's
You
Jen's
remember last year I
event.
made her talk on the microphone?
I thought.
Like,
Bill-
and
Yes.
everything and
Well, and I know I did speak with Nate this morning to remind him to pull out the safety banner. So we have the explosion zone, because last year that did not get put out. And we had to chase people away from going around the,
um,
Huh? well, no, just that they want us so many feet.
Yeah, I think the fire department had also, or the fire challenge had also emailed them, and asked them.
Orders are not safe.
Right,
They
right,
come
but-
down.
I think the.
Right, but I just know that we've discussed like the danger zone. I have the
I believe it's already on. this, isn't it?
2 firemen in the rig coming, and only that rig is to come. That is it. The grass rig, because last year when we had that issue,
With all the people driving through saying they were with the fire department?
no, it was 1 vehicle. And they weren't even from this district.
So the only fire vehicle we're gonna have, there'll be one of the Lynn Scott Rock fire trucks.
The grass rig will be out
Anybody else, we
there.
turn them around and send them out.
Well, I found out today who it was. And so I instructed people that, I know it wasn't you.
They'll go down there, your little blingy truck, William.
There's a slushy special that night, and we have light up slushy cups for $4, refill for $1, I believe.
Yeah.
So go to your.
You got enough
counter.
slushy mixture for me?
Uh,
That sounds like it'll be a problem for me.
I will tell you, the slushies go quickly.
Yeah,
so-
that's a-
But no, he's got a whole slushy special
Oh, we
and
don't?
stuff for the kids, so. Yeah, so
deal.
Jen will be out there with some stuff too, but yeah, no, the slushy special, you got special slushy cups.
A lot of work.
And I know there was times I wanted to purchase those light up things and hand them out, and I was told no.
He's already got them for you.
Oh. I was always told no.
Well, I think
He
it's
didn't
something to do with the bird.
So we'll go back to the question. Is anybody available to help on the 3rd?
I think we got you, John, and Jen.
Well, we have
That'll work.
birds. We'll try.
All right,
For the field, you know, the field diamond. That's all I got.
all right.
No pain. All right.
Ooh, hold on, I did have somebody call. Do we know when Halloween trick or treating is gonna be?
Oh, for the love of God.
October 31st.
I did, tell it was an organization who's
Hit
trying
me
to
in the.
plan their
hit Jen in
events.
the month.
And so I did tell them that we are typically traditionalists around here and do October 31st.
I don't even want to hear that word.
Yeah, we're not even through the 4th of July.
So
It
it's
doesn't
October
matter.
31st.
I agree.
So anyway, just want to let you know somebody's asking.
Huh?
Okay, I should think about
I
that.
see that.
First.
Next.
We do July.
William.
Anything else, Jen?
No, that is all.
All right.
Moving along. William.
All right, finance, William.
Do we have any emergency expenditures?
We do not.
I have nothing.
Ordinance enforcement, Bill.
Not-
Yes, we've been having some complaints ranging from grass ordinance violations to let's see, traffic complaints and also some permit complaints. And those are the things we're working on, and residents should make sure that we are safe out there and keep, everybody should just make an effort that we're working together and if we can get, make some progress on all the things that we're facing. Thank you.
Parks, John?
You have fireworks on Sunday for the movie.
All right.
Anybody come out to help? Would be great. That's all.
Street stitches, Chris.
Lord, Chris.
What is the disposal? of-
So we have agreed to purchase and trade in items, but I have no authority to trade them in.
Wow, all right, so that's this
So
ordinance.
that's the first one.
All right, so I'd like to make,
Motion.
Making a motion.
that's it, make a motion to approve ordinance number
understand.
22-9, an ordinance authorizing disposal of personal property owned by the Village of Davis Junction, a 2006 Caterpillar Backhoe 420D and a 2018 Kubota ZD 1211-60 48-inch zero turn mower.
Second.
There's a lot to say.
Chris makes a motion to approve ordinance number 22-09. Jen seconds. Is there any discussion on the disposing of personal property?
These are the trade-ins on the new backhoe and
The mower that we've already
yeah. that-
agreed to purchase,
Approved,
trade
yeah.
in an item.
Yep.
All right, roll call, please.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan.
Yes.
This is 7:46.
All right, my other item on here is let me just read it off here.
You want to make a motion?
Yes,
We can discuss it in the middle.
right. I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 22-22, a resolution waiving the competitive bidding requirement and approving and authorizing execution of a quote from Porter Brothers for seal coating on Edson Road.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 22-22. John seconds. Does
Right.
anybody have any?
I do. I want to explain to everybody what we're doing and why I'm not asking Willett Hoffman to bid this out. The first thing is that the last time we paid for it, I think it was $24,000, so it was right around the bid limit. So I asked Willett Hoffman to get the quotes from the people who actually do it, and there's only a few people that actually do it. And so they went out and asked two people, actually they asked three people, and they got quotes back from two. And the third said they were too busy, so they couldn't do it anyway. And one of them was what, 32?
Yes.
And the other one was a little over $31,000. I don't remember the exact amount. And we actually need to make the repairs. It's pretty bad on Edson Road because of all the heavy truck traffic and the hot temperatures. And actually the construction that they've done in the past. If this was a more expensive job, I would want it to be bid anyway, but in truth, the last time we did it was $24,000, and with the price of oil and fuel, it doesn't surprise me that it's $6,000 more. But if we go back to Willett Hoffman and ask them to bid it out, we're gonna take up a lot of time, which is also gonna cost us money because we don't know how much the price is gonna go up. And the fact that we'd have to have them do the paperwork to bid it out, it probably costs us $1,000 anyway. So we're really not talking about a huge difference between what we'd actually probably end up paying more money if we bid it out because we'd have to pay Willett Hoffman to do it. And these are the two main bidders. So that's the status. Anybody have questions?
What was the old limit? What was it, 20,000?
It's
Where,
25.
From the tracks.
What's that?
Like which part of the Edson Road?
It's up to the railroad tracks.
Railroad tracks.
From
250.
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
own the railroad
That's all we
tracks.
own.
to 251.
Have you been on it lately?
I don't know that Bill
Yesterday.
heard you.
Was it,
Bill,
how did it look to you?
Looked like it had sand on it.
Well,
was
it's
it?
because we
Did
went
you
up.
hear
and
his answer?
Did some work on it.
no, I didn't.
25,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
The bid limit is, it's
Can you turn the
25,000.
microphone for you?
Sorry.
okay, that's better, okay. Well, okay, if it's 25, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how innovative we can be.
Well,
if-
if we just.
Why
have-
do you need a variance if you just do it twice? You get, just schedule one right now and then order another one and you're still under.
Well, that would be stringing and that would still be an issue. But we can still do it. We just have to have, what is the,
Waiving of
No.
competitive bidding.
right?
Oh, okay.
So we can do it. It is so close to it. It's probably end up saving us money in the long run. So the sand on there was what you put on there with what did you call it?
We put ag line down.
Right. To help the bleeding coming through and the deterioration of the road itself. And I assume that's because all the heavy traffic that's on there.
It's a
because of the
combination
construction.
and the heat. I mean, 100 plus
Yeah.
degrees. I mean, it's.
And it's supposed to
part of
be
the
I
hot for
still
the,
don't understand how we can't hold Rock River.
Reclamation.
Water Reclamation District responsible for the damage.
well, probably the same as we can't get the railroad to pay for the crossing. So, it's our, people use the road and it's just.
Four
our
Rivers
responsibility.
Reclamation now?
I'm not sure I was.
They think they changed names.
Oh, did they? Okay, I didn't know. that.
Rock River Water
Same
Reclamation.
boat.
I didn't
Four
know that.
Rivers now.
Chris, would the
It is
Uh,
for,
Ogle County American Rescue Plan Act help you at all with any money or grants or anything? Or you can't, it's gonna take too.
I don't think we could wait that long anyway. The road's kind of deteriorating and I have no idea if that would be of.
Ogle County's only offering 25.
Well, I have not gotten all the information from Ogle County yet, so I don't know what we have to apply for.
Well, maybe we can
I
ask
have
them
some
retroactively.
information, but
Yes,
not,
yes.
I don't have the total information, but somewhere we have to apply. And if this is.
Yeah, and we could probably do that retroactively, so it won't stop us from.
I would hope so, yeah. It would certainly help
I'm
in,
in, I'm in favor of all that. My other question is, have we heard back from Rockford any time about them wanting to upgrade that to a class 3 road or whatever that was?
I don't recall that.
I don't know that they want to spend any money on anything out there.
Yeah, well, but they did spend some money on that box
They,
culvert.
the
Not
last
what
I
they
remember,
should
they didn't
do.
want to
They
spend
didn't.
any money on that road until they got development. on it.
Edson or North Junction?
Edson, they wanted to turn that into a class 3 truck route.
They wanted to bring industrial into those fields out there, but they weren't gonna spend any money until they had some development that warranted them doing the work.
I don't know why they would do that. There's nothing out there.
It's zoned industrial. They have parcel in Ogle County on the
They have 180
southwest
acres in
corner
there.
of
Past
Junction and
Gensler's?
Edson Road,
Well, what's there that they need the class 3
Nothing,
road
yeah.
for?
Rail.
industrial park.
Anything on it though?
No, not
It's
yet.
in the city of Rockford. That is their. land.
Rockford annexed all the way to the Ogle County line,
It
180
is still a
acres.
farm field.
All right, that's all.
Yeah,
that was.
that's all he
No,
wanted
that's what I
to do.
said.
Still a
They're not-
farm field.
Until they get something there. that
Right,
warrants
and
something,
why
they're
would you
gonna-
upgrade it until you had something?
Then
to
they're not
do it
right.
right,
they're not going
right.
faster.
Kevin, they will
Build
come.
it, they
Okay.
Well, didn't,
All right.
didn't they want to abandon that railway, that
You
railroad,
know,
north to
for
south?
abandoning it, they should have come up with a lot of
No.
ties to the Perth Junction.
No, they wanted south of the intersection here in town, not up there.
But I just thought that like that, they wanted to get rid of that north-south
They
thing
did.
because they,
They've stopped short of abandonment. They went to, what was the term they used? Because they weren't gonna abandon it, because they abandoned it, then those people that were looking doing bike paths were gonna try and get it, but they hadn't gone that far.
Oh, the railroad.
well, that would be better than the rickety.
Well, like I said, you seen the pile of railroad ties sitting out there
Yeah,
right now?
I do. I did.
They're getting ready to fix.
So can we vote on this resolution before?
Yeah.
Don't-
Wait off of me.
We're in discussion.
Is there any further discussion on the? Ordinance, whatever the hell it is. Resolution. Not hearing any, roll call please.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes,
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
That's 7:54. We already did utilities. Anybody have anything on economic development?
Motion to adjourn.
No,
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 I
no.
missed.
We've
one.
got public, yeah.
Oh, well, apparently it's economic, but when you're done with that, I do have one item I forgot.
Go ahead, Bill.
okay, are we in the economic development now?
Yes.
Okay, bear with me, folks. I'm gonna try to just wing this thing and get it out there. Hope all my phraseology and stuff is right. I had an occasion on the 21st of
Can you
June.
speak louder?
In the microphone.
Am I close enough?
There you go.
Perfect.
That's
Okay.
great.
Okay, I'll lower my voice. Oh, no, that's fine. I had the, I visited, I went to the meeting on the 21st
What meeting?
of June for the Ogle County Economic Development Committee.
Okay.
Well, I believe that they are back on board. They are back in business. And they have all the communities around, I guess for the most part, that are getting active and joining them on the Ogle County Economic Commissioner Board. And I was interested to find out as to what their plans are for the future, if they have anything different they're going to do. And they're trying to make things non-competitive with all the members so that we're all the playing field is leveled. And the big deal is that they have gotten money from the American Rescue Plan Act, and it's no cost for us to join it. And a lot of fees and costs are being handled by the county. So it seems like it could be, it is, as far as I'm concerned, a very good chance for us to get on board there and move forward and be part of a good system, you know, going forward. I would say that they have a lot of new things that they are doing. Many of them I can't even recall. One example is like the realtors, when they do an MLS listing for your property when it's up for sale, for your needs, wants, and desires. Well, they would do the same thing for Davis Junction to see where we would fit in and what's going on. There are things that have to be done that everybody wants to do. And my main thought was that we should do something with them. It's going to be everything to our advantage, and a lot of the risks are lessened, and I'd like to see it get done. Also, I would like to volunteer and be our representative. I've talked with the mayor. I've had some conversations with him on this, and he said, well, we will talk about it tonight and, you know, bring it up to the board and see what we can arrange. And that's what I'm doing. We have to grow. We have to get things in here. And I know we're all trying to do our part. Let's see if we can have some more fingers in the pie and get some movement and some help. I don't know where or when it's going to come from, but I feel confident that this is a positive move for us. So what do you think, gang?
I'm a little confused, Bill, so I'm going to need some more clarification on what you're discussing here.
Okay.
What are you trying to get us involved in? What are our requirements? What are we going to gain out of this when it's all done? And if you need me to break
It's not
that
all
down again
done.
later, then we'll.
What do you mean by all done?
Come back next week.
I mean, okay, you said that they have a pool of money you're trying to go for right now, right?
Who?
Mhm.
What do you mean a pool of money? What are you
Okay.
talking about?
Isn't that what you just, did I miss
No.
something?
No, you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
No.
Maybe you can give me what you're trying to sign up for, what you're trying to get involved in,
Yes.
what it means to the village, and what we're gonna gain out of this, or what we have to commit to by doing whatever you're proposing
Okay.
currently.
We do not have to commit any money. All that's been taken care of by the county. Before, communities would have to pay fees to join and cover costs of a lot of other things. Now the county is taking most of that over. And it would be, you know, no village is an island anymore. And I would like for us to be a member and a
Please
part of
stop.
anything.
Please stop clicking. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Pardon me, sir, I couldn't hear you, Sandy.
Please quit clicking your pen while you're talking.
Oh,
It
yeah,
overrides
oh, okay, I
your
thought you were
speaking.
asking a.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but when you click like that, that's all you
Yeah,
use the microphone.
okay.
Keep going.
All right. I don't see anything but advantages for us to join. Nobody can be an island anymore. You know, we can't be segregated. We can't be kept away. I want us to be in everything and have all the opportunities that are out there for us to be a part of and and just go for it.
Are they still using Chris Manheim?
Who was that?
Are they still using Chris Manheim?
I think he's on there. I don't know what he's
So
doing.
previously, just some background information for you, Nathan,
Right.
because you're newer to this board, is previously the Ogle County Economic Development Committee had approached the village and asked us to contribute funds of money.
No.
When was
There
this?
you go. So please stop. So
Oh.
to contribute funds of money, this was about 4 years ago.
It was before COVID.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So they had asked us to contribute money and they were going to hire Chris Manheim to run this economic development group and you could only be a part of it if you had paid. I attended several meetings as a visitor or as an invitee, but we were never a part of it. We never benefited from Chris Manheim's work. It sounds like
Greg Sparrow is the guy doing it, doing all the stuff.
Both of them saying, I've been reading their minutes. I've been reading the Ogle County
okay,
minutes.
so they're both
Both of
doing
them,
it,
both-
but
both.
it
No,
sounds
Greg is running it. I don't know exactly what Mannheim's doing, but he is not doing, it's not doing
I
anything
just
to
want to
affect us.
clarify, you're saying now they're not asking the municipalities for funds to be a
Correct.
part of this organization.
Correct. That is correct.
And what exactly are they doing? And I will let you know, I've also received the invites. I just haven't had time because I did attend it in the
Right.
past. But what exactly are they working on now? Because we knew before what they were working on and that was not something that was beneficial to this
No, it wasn't.
municipality.
I'm not mistaken. I believe the county board has funded this entire project through their general fund to encompass the entire county.
Okay.
If I recall, we had that conversation.
Right, but we don't know.
They have informed me that that's not the case. They got the money.
When they invite towns, when they
Yeah,
invite, when they
invite
when they
people-
tell
They
all the
are.
communities.
They are. They
With.
the program that we're talking, it's the same.
Yeah,
thing
go
that
ahead,
we
Bill.
went Through many
Yeah.
years ago, they wanted each individual community to do buy-in. They realized that
Nobody
places
bought
like
it.
us, we're not gonna contribute that kind of money. We're not gonna get the return on investment.
Right.
County realized that. They did make the determination, I believe, and we can clarify Thursday, but I believe in talking with them, then the county funded this entire thing for all municipalities in the county.
Was this from before or now?
What?
What, was this before or now?
Now?
That isn't what,
My recollection.
You
Yeah, no.
William said that the county's funding it. That's the same thing you just said, that the county's funding it.
Yeah, but the reason why we didn't want to pay into it was because he was talking more of, where businesses were already ready and they were just gonna bring people in and we
They
didn't
did
have.
have shovel
They
ready.
wanted- they
Right, we
wanted-
didn't have that.
There were many,
Buildings.
many aspects to it.
Right.
They wanted pre-existing buildings that were
Right.
abandoned was the main focus,
Which we don't have.
which we had zero of.
Right.
And shovel-ready projects, they could just remodel and put occupants in, which we had zero.
Right.
Their business model or plan did not fit our community whatsoever.
When the
Why
only
we
thing,
didn't join at the time.
and the only thing that you mentioned was something with some realtors, correct? That they were gonna benefit some realtors in some way?
it's a system that they're set, well, that also. And it's a system like the MLS is set up so that all the municipalities are listed everywhere. And everybody is on an equal playing field.
They say that.
Well, they are, that, I believe it.
Right now, we get the projects north of us a lot, where they'll reach down and ask us for what we have for land, what we have for buildings. And again, most of what they're looking for is existing structures that they can modify. We don't fit into that category. If this is going to be different, then they'll reach out to us if they have something that fits in our area.
And Bill, after you've done this, what do you see us gaining from your
Meeting.
volunteering of joining this committee?
We would know what's going on there. I would attend the meetings. What's that?
It is the audio about ready to give out again.
Oh,
Well, we can't stop you from volunteering at anything. So
Right.
if I go to these meetings,
you should go
It-
voluntarily.
what does that mean?
You already read the minutes?
Our village
I'm
is,
just reading the minutes, and I've been on the MLS website, and it's not up to date, by the way. Because they have this department on here, and that MLS stuff was totally not up to date at all. So I just,
So through Brenda, we are informed currently,
well, I have to.
as well,
Well, I am.
as
informed
much
by
as we are from the
by our-
minutes.
I I asked about the ARPA funds, but
Right.
through our district people that represent us in Ogle County, and they did give me a form. And then they said something will be coming out shortly.
Well, we should
Getting-
wait for that.
But you're also reading the Economic Development Committee minutes.
I am reading the minutes. I'm reading the county board minutes and the economic board minutes. And it doesn't say that they're coming and sharing stuff, so.
Rick, did they send you any emails or notes or however they operate that they're up and running again?
No,
I received one.
she usually does.
I
They
Did you
usually send
convey it
photos.
to the mayor? Does he
No.
know?
because because I was the one who previously attends as the full-time employee representative of this village. So I would go to the meeting. So I received it.
Well, it still should have gone. Okay, so you don't know. He doesn't
What are
He
we?
doesn't know that happened. Okay.
Did you need to know?
No.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with the way it's working right now.
So I guess this does bring up the thing. I was invited to the meetings as well. There's another one coming up next month. I did not see any benefit in it previously during my last couple of times
Mhm.
exploring this option for the village. So I essentially quit going and then they quit having meetings. So it worked out both ways. But is this something that you guys want representation at?
Well, Bill can go for, as a village trustee, but I don't think he's gonna represent us all, right? You just bring back the information and share. it.
Well, then our board would have to make a decision as to what they want to do with it. If something comes up.
Yeah.
I can't commit us to anything, and say,
Come up
yeah,
in
you know.
years.
No, nothing has come up in years. That's why I quit attending them because my time was better spent here.
I was gonna say, nothing has benefited us yet in years.
Tony tends to forget about the Northeast part.
We don't know what's gonna happen in the future with them or with us. Why make an enemy? Why not be friends,
Oh, we don't want it.
They're not gonna.
No.
They can go to,
When they
Let's just
reach
do
out
a
to
quick
us,
poll and
make
be done.
contact.
I'm gonna do a quick poll real quick, because this affects me and my schedule as well. Do you want representation there? I already know how you feel. Do you want-
No,
Do you want representation at these meetings?
I don't, if Bill goes, he just represents himself as a trustee and he can bring us back the information. I don't think he needs to be representative of the village board. I don't think anybody does.
Okay, William,
I second what Chris said.
Jen,
No.
Nathan.
Chris sums it up perfectly.
I think that I'd like to offer this, that Brenda does read the minutes regularly, and I know that you can too online.
Sure.
And so maybe at that point, if something is said in the minutes that is of interest to the village, that we bring it back to the board and have the discussion as to whether or not somebody should go and talk to them about this. I feel like that's a fair.
The minute, yeah,
But
okay.
I also asked for my.
The minutes are vague.
Don't wanna go if I don't have to.
When you're not there and you don't hear the backstory, you don't hear all the mayors talking. What their thoughts are and why they're saying what they're saying.
Yeah, but Rick talks to the mayors. He has mayors meetings.
He's not at the meeting when you're sitting across the table from them. And they're giving the backstory of what's going on.
Which mayors are in attendance to this?
Usually Oregon.
Oregon was there, Byron, all of them, Stillman Valley.
Yes, I forgot some of that. I'll be attending previously. Becky
you
did
can
not.
go without our
Yes.
permission. I don't know why you're asking you can
Yeah.
just go any meeting you want.
If
Okay,
you find
I-
benefit from this bill, I mean, by all means, take the benefit you feel from it and bring it back to the board. I mean, no one's stopping you from doing
Well,
that. so.
I don't mind doing that, but
Yeah.
do I consider this then as an outside meeting or not?
Sure,
Mhm.
it is an outside.
It
meeting.
is. I mean, by all intents and purposes, you're doing something extra above and beyond what would be the normal scope of your duties. And so if you deem this as important to you to go to.
Well, I want to know that.
And
it-
you
if
go
I-
to these events and obviously you'd be able to use it as an outside meeting, as far as I know, so.
Is that correct then, Rick?
Chris has got it yet? You guys are gonna make, you guys are
Yeah.
the ones that set the rules for this, not me.
I mean,
I do not make the rules for where you.
I would approve, I would deem that being approval of your outside meeting. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that,
That's
but,
the benefit of
Okay.
the village, so.
It definitely qualifies as an outside meeting.
yep.
All right.
No, the
And we have
reason-
representation there and
The reason I took the
you're-
poll though is I will, because
You could've just
again,
asked
I
that
received the
question
invites
right
because
off
I
the bat.
previously had sat on it. I will not be in attendance. So if that changes and somebody besides Bill needs to go or whatever, let Brenda or
You
I
see
know.
something on the agenda that would,
Yeah.
we can conducive to the village of Davis Junction, please.
I'll let you know.
I'd be interested in maybe attending one just to see what they have.
You
I'll
should go
send
with
you
Bill.
an email with the information.
You and Bill could go together,
Yeah.
save gas
Thank
mileage.
You did,
Carpool.
no.
We could save
I'd
gas.
just like to hear what they have to say.
No, no, well, if I.
You could ride.
It-
Maybe all three of you.
All right.
Different direction.
So, did you get the information you need, Bill?
Pardon me?
Did you get the information you need?
I hope so.
Yes, I can go and try to gather some information if I can, see if it'll be useful for us. It will be considered as an outside meeting, that's fine. But I won't be our representative there, but I can still go.
Yep.
As an outside
Bring
meeting.
us back some great businesses.
Thank you, Bill.
They meet once a month. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'll forward to you.
So we'll
I
have
do have a
11 more
sticky note that I
updates.
forgot about.
or- I mean,
All right,
outside
you
meetings.
ready?
Steamy note?
I do.
It's a stinky note.
So,
Oh, stinky note. There's a steamy note.
A stinky.
hi.
Oh,
All right, I forgot about this for the last couple of meetings, so
Uh-oh.
I had to write myself a sticky note. So months ago, you guys had asked me to reach out to Habitat for Humanity about 117 Prairie Moon Drive. Habitat for Humanity is very interested.
Oh, good.
They have asked what the process would be, and I told them that Mark would be here tonight, so I would ask him to start whatever the process is, if you guys are comfortable with it. I know it has to be a bidding process. I know that they need to submit something to us when we get to that point. They're willing to do so. They would like the property to potentially build on as soon as next year.
Fantastic. Sounds amazing.
And he already talked to their board, and Habitat for Humanity is on board.
As long as we're talking about abandoned houses.
Hold on, can I finish first?
Go ahead.
So, Mark,
We're
can you
almost
start
quick.
whatever the next process is for the, to get?
Yeah,
to
and I'm
do the
sure you
bidding?
haven't talked about it yet, but the basic, there's sort of two approaches. They follow similar tracks, except one requires the appraisal method, and then we have to get a certain threshold of appraisal, which is what you attempted last time.
Yes.
You didn't get that amount. Do you want to go the other route?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is that they then bid.
The other route is you can accept any offer, whether it's the highest or the lowest or the only or whatever offer you deem to be in the builder's best interest. It's, you have more discretion.
And you'll work with me on printing and
Sure.
publishing and
Yeah.
ordinances, whatever I need
Yeah.
to work on that.
Yeah, I mean, you just let them know, and this is, other communities I work with, had success specifically with them turning it around.
And I will say thank you very much for the recommendation, because your recommendation in the email is what got us to reach out to them.
Oh,
You had mentioned that other
good, I
communities
didn't
had
remember that.
success. Well, you did. So thank you. for
Got
that.
it before, and they said no.
They are, well.
But they're
very
starting in
interested.
Rochelle now.
They have quite a few in Rochelle. They'd like to get to other areas of the county as well, but they just didn't know the slot was available.
Oh, subdivision here.
And it has.
Not
to be
that price.
donated. They have to have
That's the
them
price we're gonna give
donated
them.
or acquired at a low cost.
I'm aware. It's
So,
going
but
through a good
I did
spot.
tell them that this board, as it sits right now, was interested in that as an option, especially since they're interested in building.
I don't know.
And then
Awesome.
they did ask to confirm the basement was removed. I was pretty sure it was.
We filled it
Yes,
in.
I asked that question.
the cement was removed, at least I watched it being removed.
Okay.
I believe, I'm like 99% positive.
Did I ask that question a couple months ago about whether they removed the foundation or not?
I'm pretty sure
And
they did.
somebody said, yes, they removed the whole
Yeah.
foundation.
That was on well and septic, so they plugged all that.
I'll also go, I have all of our invoicing from back then, so I'll
Isn't
see
that
if
still
there's
on file?
potentially anything. Regard.
Add to the-
I suspect that's
Yeah.
probable, because I think that's where it started. All right.
No, it started in the line that burst above the laundry room.
Well, all right, yes.
Phil should know. Tell us about the firehouse. now.
Yes, I receive daily updates. Hold on. So 164 Autumnwood.
It just looks like crap. Sorry to say.
So while that may be, they now have gone to sending me emails almost daily. The most recent one I received yesterday that said that they have obtained what they need to and have retained a real estate lawyer to close the deal. They should have more answers by the end of the week, and he will let me know. So his email earlier said they've completed the contract with the lawyer to transfer the property. He had one thing he needed to do, which he said he's done now. The plans to have an official closing date at Kensley Title and Byron by the end of the week. So it's moving towards closing, and once it is
Yay.
transferred, that gentleman told me he's ready to go and tear it down. So, but they are now updating me regularly.
Well, that's great, as long as they follow through.
Yes.
It looks like crap.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to know if you're.
Go ahead.
Motion adjourned.
Oh, wait, no, it's gotta.
We gotta ask.
Public,
Linda?
She's muted.
anything from you, Glenda?
Isn't she?
That's a negative, I guess.
Second. Is she muted?
She's muted.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
John makes a motion to adjourn. Chris seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Nate.
We are adjourned at 8:15.
Oh, she left.